Well, hello and welcome back to another Taste of Honey. We have another exciting show for you tonight. And I wanted to bring my little friend Caesar with me again for just a minute. If you were with me last time, you heard me read a portion of chapter 4. Well, I decided this time I'm going to read a little bit more of chapter 4 for you. So I'm going to begin where I stopped last time, where I left off, and read starting on page 37, of course, of The Buzz at Chicky-Pie's Cafe. And those of you who read the book, you might remember that there's a little dog named Skippy mentioned. I don't say what kind of breed he is or how big, but it wasn't important. But I thought, since I got coming to that one of those parts, that I would bring my little friend up to. Now I'm going to let him go so he can go back and rest and I can read for you. Hope you've got something refreshing. And I think you better buckle up again, especially tonight. This one is definitely going to be exciting. So hold on, listen up, and here we go. Page 36, actually, where I'm starting in. After dropping the kids off at school, I took a quick detour. Dashing into a home store, I bought a pair of simple curtain rods that could be attached easily to a van's window and some concealer makeup for the bruise blossoming on my cheek. The rods should work well for the curtains I finished the other day. Walking towards the checkout, I found a cute plastic headband for the antenna on Bee's costume. Then I spotted some large magnetic flowers, perfect for colorfully disguising Reuben's van. Pulling into the driveway, I saw Jack's car was gone. He shouldn't get home till after 4 o'clock. So glad I didn't have to give him his usual goodbye today. I shivered at the disgusting thought of his hands on my body and his tongue in my mouth. Thoughts of Jack's ravishing suddenly washed over my spirit and nearly crushed my tenuous courage. Once again, my body and soul felt the burden of having a baby, Jack's baby. Yet somehow a wave of strength swelled within me. Emboldened with fury, I gathered my wits and dashed into the house. Glancing at the clock showed only 3 hours left. The countdown was on. Taking the headband from Bee's costume, I stopped in Jack's office on my way to the sewing room. Digging through his desk, I found the perfect parts for the bumblebee antenna, the inner springs of Jack's executive ballpoint pens. Back in the sewing room, I stacked them over a couple of black pipe cleaners and attached them to the headband. A fuzzy ball at their ends made them the cutest bouncy antenna. It'll be a fitting parting gift for Jack. I almost wished I could be here to see his face when he realizes I used his prize pens for a honeybee costume. I'm going to my hair appointment now, and then my bridge game. Jane poked her head into the sewing room. Don't forget to pick up the kids from school early today, she barked on her way out. I'll be home at 5, and you better have dinner ready this time. Slam went the door. Don't worry, everything will be perfect, I hollered back, then added under my breath, which, yes, this time it truly will be perfect. This time I'll be gone. After Jane left, I took Bee's costume and hung it on the sewing room doorknob so she'd see it when she got home. Then I went back to my room and looked around the sparse furnishings. On my dresser was Bee's old baby brush, and next to it a tattered teddy bear from when I was little. Both held wisps of hair and spoke of memories nearly lost. I put them both in the black bag, took the recent photo of Bee from my nightstand and put it in my back jeans pocket. There, a little piece of sunshine to keep me company. I stood a moment in silence, racking my brain. Had I forgotten anything important? What ifs rattled in my head. What if I got caught? What if things could get better here? What if it's even worse on my own, out on my own? I took out my small shoulder strap purse, found my train ticket, unfolded it, and examined it again to be sure I had my schedule straight. The train departs at 5 o'clock. Sighing, I put the ticket back in my purse. Only a few hours to go. Good thing Jane doesn't know how to use a computer. And even if Jack thinks to check his credit card statement for a train ticket purchase, it'll be too late by the time he does. In the kitchen, I prepared sandwiches for the kids, carefully placing a few sandwiches and snacks in a Ziploc. I put them in a shoebox to keep them from getting squished. Running back to my room, I put the box in the now bulging garbage bag. I started to retie it, but stood back and quickly surveyed the room once more. Something's missing. I opened the bottom drawer and stared at the few clothes left inside. A sliver of metal poking out from under a pair of shorts caught my eye. It was the black and yellow California license plate I'd found while walking Skippy. Something had nudged me that day to keep it. Now I felt pressed to bring it with me. Picking it up and grabbing my pillow off the bed and a shawl, I tossed them in the bag and rewound the twist tie, adding the yellow scrunchie again. Back in the kitchen, I preheated the oven and took out a box of brownie mix and a bowl. With super speed, I mixed the ingredients, spooned the batter into an 8x13 pan, and then shoved it in the oven. After setting the timer, I dashed back to the bedroom and made my bed, folding and plumping an old pair of sweatpants in the empty pillow spot. The Bible that Betty had given me caught my attention next. Haven't read it yet, but I promised. Quickly stuffing it into my backpack, I grabbed the green baseball cap, touched my back pocket to ensure my cell phone was still there, and headed back out of the bedroom. My charger! Turning on my heels, I dashed into my bathroom and found it in the top drawer of the vanity. Better keep it handy. Taking a firm grip on the overstuffed makeshift luggage, I lifted, then half dragged the bag down the stairs and out the back door, laying it against the side of the house close to where Reuben would park. Then returning to the mudroom, I hung the backpack and hat together on a coat hook. Heading inside, the sound of a car door slamming startled me. Turning to see who it was, I gasped, "Jack!" As if my day wasn't already stressed to the max, Jack's early arrival amped it up a whole new level. I felt pushed over the edge, beyond my breaking point. What am I going to do? It finally registered when I looked at my watch for the third time in 15 seconds. I only have 30 minutes before time to pick up the kids. Okay, gotta think quick. I've got to stall Jack somehow. An idea flitted through my mind. It's a long shot, but maybe. The oven timer began chiming. I grabbed 2 pot holders, threw open the oven door, and nearly dropped the brownie pan as I pulled it out. Plunking it down on the kitchen counter triggered another ingenious idea. Think I'll sprinkle some powdered sugar on top along with a bit of insurance. Maybe stress helps me think better. Sprinting upstairs to Jane's bathroom, I flung open the medicine cabinet with my heart racing. A quick scan of its contents revealed just the right prescription for this emergency: white sleeping pills. The label read, "Take 1 tablet before bedtime to aid in sleep." Dumping 3 tablets into the palm of my hand, I stuck them in my front right pocket and returned this prescription bottle to its place on the shelf. Stepping as quickly and quietly as possible, I descended the stairs without incident. Darting back into the kitchen, I cut 3 brownies and scooped them into a small plate. Then I smashed the sleeping pills onto a napkin using a kitchen mallet. Folding the napkin, I used it as a spout to sprinkle most of the white powder on top of the 3 brownies I'd set aside. After pouring a glass of milk, I dumped the rest of the powder into the milk and stirred. Grabbing the box of powdered sugar, I sprinkled the real sugar directly from the box on top of the medicated brownies. The remaining brownies in the pan got a white blanket of unadulterated real sugar and were left to cool a bit longer. I scrambled up to my room with a brownie plate in one hand and a glass of milk in the other. Just as my feet touched the top of the stairs, bang! Jack slammed the garage door and came into the house. Yep, 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 yep! Skippy barked at the unexpected intruder. Shut up, you stupid mutt, Jack yelled, or I'll turn you into tacos. Yelling riled Skippy into a more hostile bark. You'd think he'd learn not to antagonize Skippy, especially after last month's dog bite. I couldn't help laughing at the image of Jack's ankle torn and a jagged wound that bled profusely. He had limped around for a few weeks, his pride taken down a few notches. Even better, it kept him away from me. I guess dogs are a good judge of character. Placing the brownies and milk on the table next to my bed, I quickly scurried into the bathroom and turned on the shower. Leaving the shower running, I went to my dresser and took out the only sexy lingerie I owned, purchased by Jack. Even looking at the lacy item made me feel sick to my stomach. Baiting him was risky, but the novel idea of tainted brownies gave me a sense of empowerment that I'd never known. I was desperate and nothing was going to get in the way of my escape plan. Laying the lingerie on the bed, I quickly scribbled a note. Jack, have to pick up the kids in a few. Help yourself to the brownies. I hear chocolate is a good aphrodisiac. Elise. I propped the note between the glass of milk and plate of brownies. He has to eat these brownies. Aye! A squeal from downstairs rang out, and I knew Skippy had probably felt the blow of Jack's boot. I raced back to the bathroom and locked the door, my ear pressed against it, listening. A few minutes later, I heard my bedroom door open and Jack walking around the room. The footsteps stopped. He must have found the negligee and the note. Clomping footfalls came near the bathroom door. My heart was beating so hard, I thought it might burst. Surely he won't break down the door. Hope he doesn't know where I hid the key. Forcing a happy tune, I put my head behind the shower curtain and began singing the only song that came to mind. Raindrops keep falling on my head. And then tiptoeing back to the door, the shower still blasting, I listened intently. The bed creaked and something scraped the table. He must be eating the brownies. Good. The bed creaked again, and I heard his big feet hit the floor and start walking. The diminishing sound of his footsteps followed. He's going downstairs. The room grew quiet again. I relaxed some, but kept the shower running. After a minute, I slowly opened the bathroom door and peeked out to see if the coast was clear. Scanning the room, I noted that all the brownies were gone from the plate. Only a few crumbs were left, some of them on the bed. A few more minutes passed, and once again, the stairs creaked. The sound of heavy, lumbering footfalls ascending the staircase could mean only one thing. Jack was ready. Never thought I'd be so grateful for creaky floors and stairs. More footfalls clunked around in my bedroom with increasing heaviness. The bed creaked again. A thud on the floor, then another thud followed. What the heck? Oh, shoes. It must have been his shoes. He's getting undressed, I determined as the bed creaked a few more times. Just stay put a little longer, I told myself. The clock on the bathroom vanity indicated it was nearly time to pick up the kids. Oh Lord, if you're real, help me please. I can't go out there and risk him getting near me now. And that's all for today's reading. I hope you enjoyed this taste of honey again, and that you'll be back for more. of A Taste of Honey for another reading, and also to join me in my devotional thoughts for readers, Sweet Devotions for the Soul, and another Taste of Honey. Doing each one every other week if you haven't figured that out yet. So look for it coming soon on YouTube, my channel that you're probably watching now, or on my website. You can catch my devotions only on my website, but all of it on YouTube. So thanks for watching. I hope you've subscribed, and bring all your friends in too. And don't forget to share the joy you're getting and the fun of reading the Buzz at Chicky-Pie's Cafe with another friend so that they can have that